All right. Aloha and welcome to a Course in Miracles deep dive with Hope Johnson. Thank you for joining. Today we're finishing up from chapter 2, section 12, The Mastery of Love. I don't know.
Master love.
The mastery of love. This is the section that we're finishing up today. We're in the last paragraph 10, some of the last sentences of that, and then we're going to go into the next section, which is the last judgment. Come on in, everyone.
Is that the shoes off place?
Whatever you prefer.
Hello.
Yay. Oh, come on in. I'm already in the recording, so I've already started. I've already presented what it is, but I'll say it one more time for people who are joining now. You don't need to have a book with you. I'm going out of the purple book, the one that's the complete and annotated edition. It was published in 2021. That's the one I'm going off of. And we are in chapter 2, section 12, the mastery of love. We're toward the end of that one now. We're in paragraph 10 and we're starting with sentence 5, but we'll start out first with tuning in and what you might call a prayer. Yay. Ah. Thank you to everyone who's joining with us today, whether in person, whether later on, Zoom, Substack. Thank you so much, Jesus, for joining with us always and being so patient, no matter how long it seems to take for us to just accept the love of God. You keep on standing there, gently leading the way. Thank you so much. And thank you for bringing these words to life for us today so that we can understand the truth behind them and know that that's our reality and use that within our lives. Yay. Amen, everyone. All right. Let us begin with a little bit of a summary. We're on the Mastery of Love, section 12, and that's of chapter 2, paragraphs 1 through 9, and the beginning of 10. Okay, what we've been understanding through this is that fear does not need to be mastered or overpowered. Okay, it's not a real force. It's not something we can actually use in that sense. It's only the effect of believing in separation. Okay, that's all it is. Because it's an illusion, it does not require any struggle. It doesn't need you to conquer it or anything like that. Okay, it simply requires your withdrawal of belief in it. See? Whenever there's a fearful sense, you feel it as a body sense. But out of that, there are a lot of thoughts that explain, justify, and defend that feeling as if they're caused by something outside of yourself. See? Did you have something to say? Okay. Thank you too. So the ego isn't a real entity with any power. It's not having any power over anyone. It's just a belief system based on an impossibility. The idea that you're separate. That's impossible. It has not occurred. No separation from God has ever occurred. So fear is this emotional signal. It's giving us a signal. It's produced by believing in the idea of separation. So we're becoming aware, okay, fear is a signal of believing in the idea of separation, which actually has no power. So neither the ego nor fear can be mastered. One of my friends referenced having a good ego the other day. I was like, a good ego, huh? That's, it's just a common thing to want to try to master this thing that there seems to be fear of. There's fear, whether you know it or not, in the unconscious mind of these ego thoughts. Okay, so there's fear of the ego. So recognizing it doesn't need to be mastered. It's just withdrawing belief in it releases the fear. Every time it arises, that's the opportunity. It's getting lighter and lighter and easier to see this. So, the teaching up to this point is that the ego and fear are to be undone through right-mindedness, not mastered, simply withdrawing belief from it in the moment. And for myself, what I sense is a heart opening. Keep on feeling this heart opening as there's a release from the thinking. And really, just that thought, think not. I love that thought because it could be just interjected anywhere in any train of thought. It's like, think not. This is your rest to not follow that thought into oblivion. And it's just now. So it doesn't matter what you were just doing 5 minutes ago. You could be all wrapped up in it. You could be all obsessive and then go, oh, wait a minute. It's just obsessive. That doesn't mean anything. Just an immediate withdrawal from it. See? So, love doesn't need to be attained or mastered in the sense that the ego would say it. It's mastered through acceptance. You're accepting it. That's the mastery of love. You're accepting it. That is. That means that nothing that opposes it actually exists in your mind. See that? That's the mastery of love. Because it's you. It's who you actually are. So it just comes through when you recognize that whatever's speaking from fear, it doesn't mean a thing. It's got no power right now. See? And that's why you're gonna sense this. Possibly for everyone, it might be different, but I had this heart opening. That's what I noticed. You might feel it up in your third eye. Notice the body sense. That's signaling. And also appreciate when you notice a shift. Wow, there's a shift in perception that just occurred. The feeling in the body sense, the emotional feeling sense in the body sense is a first manifestation of thought. So when the awareness is pivoted to a thought of truth from a thought of fear that felt heavy, all of a sudden there's expansion. And you can sense it and you can have that all day long. Okay? You can have that all day long. You just withdraw belief in the ego thought. Okay, so Jesus said this path is not about conquering fear, it's about allowing the belief in fear to be undone, just allowing it to be undone. Readiness, okay, so readiness, he was talking about readiness, it's not mastery itself, it's that moment the mind is willing to see. The mind's willing to see that awakening is not only possible, but it's inevitable. That's readiness, right? From there, there's still something you could say to do in a sense, but it's more like to see, right? Because it's like you could say nature is playing out. Maybe you're feeling like you're falling in love, maybe you're getting pissed, whatever you have in the sense of these things. And this is where this awareness, this knowledge, this knowing flows through you because you're constantly coming back to knowing that the truth is true from an when the fearful ego thought strikes the heart, it's just a constant coming back to knowing. And coming back to knowing, that's a real embracing of that feeling too, isn't it? You can't escape it by trying to run away from it. You have to embrace it. You have to really feel it and recognize that it is being caused by something you wouldn't keep. That's how you get released from it. So, readiness, yes. So we're ready. We're listening to this right now, or it seems to be coming out of my mouth, so I must be feeling ready too. Okay, so it's a turning point. It's not mastery itself. Mastery plays out of the moment. That plays out right in the moment. Are you allowing yourself to be released from fearful thoughts by embracing the effect of those fearful thoughts, which is feeling? It's actually the effect of an underlying belief, but it keeps on projecting with thoughts. So we're undoing an underlying belief that way. We're getting to the root of things. That's what's so exciting. So love is already who everyone is. You know, there's one part in the Course in Miracles. Oh my gosh, I just love it. It's you are perfectly incapable of lack of love. You're getting a misperception when you get the sense of it. And then it's like, do you want to keep that idea going that you're capable of lack of love and you really did something? If God didn't create it, it doesn't exist. And you're always as God created you. So that's really fun. So the ego is just a mistaken belief. It's not a competing power to love. And in the last chapter, was it a chapter? No, it was the last section, I believe. We were talking about level confusion and how what that means is you're putting the ego thought system on the same level as the Holy Spirit thought system, as if they can be competing. The Holy Spirit has a thought system that's 100% true, and ego thought system is 100% false. They are not on the same level. But when you put them on the same level, then you experience this going back and forth. Gosh, I love all this shit it says in A Course in Miracles, but when I get home, I just got to kick the dog, you know? Whatever that looks like to you, you know, some kind of going into a guilt pattern or whatever. I got to mull over this thing, this relationship that I have, or whatever the thing is, right? So they're not competing. That's what snaps you out of it right away. You just snap right out of it. They're not competing. The truth is always true, and you're the truth. If you're choosing to exercise your free will and go into illusion, that's great. Nothing's wrong. And you have this lifeline that you just snap right back. Right? So it's not about you're trying to evaluate yourself and stuff like that. Whatever you seem to do in the field, oh my God, it's 100% helpful. You can just be sure of that. Whatever it is that you ever seem to do in the field, I'll say it again, is 100% helpful. It's helping to undo the belief in separation. It has no other purpose. And you didn't fucking do it. It's just arrogance to start evaluating it at all. You know, so when your mind moves to evaluate you, look at it. Notice what kind of train this is. You don't want to be on that train. You got bad service. Okay. So, miracle mindedness is basically not valuing fear thoughts. You're not valuing them. You don't value them. You don't have to compete with them. You don't have to try to get rid of them. You just notice those are fearful thoughts, and how cute that they're being presented to me. Thank you. There was a point in time where I might have believed that. Now it looks really funny. It's just ticking across, right? It's not personal. So acceptance is basically remembering. It's remembering yourself. Okay, so this is the kind of acceptance that we're talking about. And we also talked about how confidence in the truth arises from using it. You become more and more confident as you see. Start to notice, that's why I'm saying notice your body's energy field. When you get relief, extend gratitude for that. Oh my goodness, there's some relief. And you'll start to see it more and more, and you'll start to recognize it even in other people. Let yourself have deep breaths. That's natural for you. So basically, are you willing to accept it? So a quick preview. Let me check my Zoom peeps. Okay, you guys are doing awesome. I love you. Thank you for joining. And I'm checking on you guys too. Feel free to raise your hand if you want anything, okay? Or on Substack, make a comment. You can also make a comment on Zoom. And you guys right here, feel free. So we're just going to briefly go over sentences 1 through 4 in paragraph 10. Again, this is chapter 2, section 12, the mastery of love. Okay, so key points: the mastery of love can't be forced or prematurely claimed. It actually occurs in the moment. It's an instant thing. So it's not like something you claim, it's constantly coming to know. See, because you're getting a sense of a world, and that's coming as a body sense. So it's coming to knowing. You don't have to go into false confidence. That's really arrogance, and it leads to fear. Just being in a watching and recognizing there's a certain kind of almost like an action of allowing an action there. You're just allowing yourself to remember what's true in the moment. And you're getting these perceptions that come as a body sense. Those are the opportunities. See, it doesn't have any other purpose besides that. Really doesn't. So readiness comes first, and then confidence. Confidence is going to happen naturally as your mind is open to the truth, because you start to see the effects of your miracles. You're feeling them in the body sense. As you're recognizing that, you're noticing other people around you starting to relax. Circumstances start to change even. It comes from your being open to the truth, because the world you perceive is entirely coming from you, and it's based on a thought of separation. It's an error, so it's totally changeable. Okay, so readiness is the beginning of the journey. The end is certainty that love is all there is. And through the particulars of your life, the thoughts, the feelings, the appearances, the people, the circumstances, those are like what's giving you the catalyst. You could say that's nature working out. It's all your mind, right? It is nature working out. And it's going to come as these certain different feelings that arise. And this is the coming into the knowing. The mastery of love is in the moment where you're knowing that the feelings that are arising are for release, and you're using them that way. That's mastery. And we also covered that we must first accept that mastery is possible. We accept that mastery is possible.
Amen.
Right now, right now, right now. Yes, yes. It's not just like in this lifetime, sometime in the future. No, it's right now. When we accept that's possible, we kind of go on this track to where the inevitability of it is being shown. So it's always accepting that it's possible. The ego is going to throw out, no, it's not possible for you. Look at you. You need another lifetime, right? Need another lifetime to work this out. You're too stubborn. You're too bitchy. Love your bitchiness. Love your bitchiness. That's the thing. It's like if you're bitchy, that's pain. How do you deal with pain? You love it up, feel what's going on, feel that. Where's that coming from? Right? It's always the manifestation of it is always perfect. I tell people, thank you for playing, right? Like, oh, what was that? Thank you for playing. It's better out than in. It's like a fart, right? It's like you're trying to hold it in. It's like for me, the things are just spoken. Like I was hiking with Diana yesterday, and I was going up this really tricky thing. It seemed tricky. And all of a sudden the thought occurred to me, shit, I can't do this. And then that's what came out of my mouth. And as soon as I saw it come out of my mouth, I saw the way to do it. It's like it's just like it come out of my mouth, and immediately, even as it's coming out of my mouth, probably it's like that isn't even true. Like immediately just manifests like, oh yeah, better out than in. Like if you're trying to make a certain image and you're afraid to just express, then you can't see things as quickly. Like, if you just let yourself express, no one's looking at you but you. Let them have their interpretation. That's the one they need. That's the interpretation they need. And you just be natural. You're the observer of that. You're witnessing your natural reactions, responses, and in that you can be embraced. So let's proceed to paragraph 10, sentence 5. Here's what it says. Readiness, however, is at least an indication that you believe this is possible. So that's mastery of love. That's the this that he's talking about. Readiness, he's saying, before he was saying, look, readiness isn't mastery. He's cautioning us, right? But readiness is, at least, he says, an indication that you believe this mastery of love is possible. Yay. Okay. So, what is being mastered? Look, it's not the ego's concept of love. It's not emotional, it's not personal, it's not this conditional love that's normally going, but it's the Christ's ability to extend love as it truly is. It's like that's what's natural for you. That's what's totally natural. It's just these blocks to it are blocking it from occurring. This is pure love. It's impersonal, it's infinite. You can sense it in yourself. You can't really extend anything that you haven't received. Sense that. It's beyond form, it's a direct expression of truth in you. Okay. The mastery of love. It's who you are, so it's natural. So this is a turning point here from fear to love, is what Jesus is saying, this readiness that you have, because believing in the possibility of it is allowing it to be made true for you. Up till now, the ego's been arguing, saying mastery is impossible for you in this lifetime. A lot of this is just kind of like going on underneath the surface. Yeah, maybe in this lifetime. The thing is, it's now. That's why. It's now that you accept the possibility. And when you accept the possibility, that right there is a release. You can come to accepting the possibility over and over again as the ego is telling you, you're not going to get this. You're too dense. You don't even want to read A Course in Miracles. You'd rather play video games on your phone. That's me I'm talking about. Right? Come to find out, you can be coming to the mastery of love while playing video games on your phone. Yeah. Aren't you glad about that? The doership in the world, this is the thing to remember that helps with this, is 100% helpful. No matter what evaluation the ego is giving it, it's 100% helpful. And when you use it that way, that really is the mastery. You're using whatever is arising in the experience in that way. So the ego thought system totally rests on this belief that you can't get this. Isn't that so fun? So we're flipping that. We're only in chapter 2 of this thing. It's got 30 chapters. It goes deep fast. Like you just accept all this right now and that's it. You're just reading A Course in Miracles for fun. Maybe you're like helping people out by having ACIM meetings or something. I don't know. Okay, so Jesus is revealing here that once you become ready, even slightly, this speaks to that little bit of willingness it talks about all throughout the Course. You've already contradicted the ego's foundation. This is its foundational premise that you can never get this. You're a tiny whatevers. You're never going to get this. So he's saying the moment you're ready, that is undoing the disbelief already. So you've accepted a new premise. You can say no if you don't want this. You've accepted a new premise. This is possible for me. The mastery of love is possible for me. And it's not later on. It's not even next week. Right? You don't even need one more thing. It's possible for me.
It's already happening. I just don't think it.
That's right. But when you think it's not possible, and really that's just a listening to the ego thought. When you listen to the ego thought that it's not possible, you get that ego reaction going too. It's not in that moment. Your mind is like really powerful to make illusions. It's not. Anything's possible. So when you go, okay, this mastery of love is possible for me, it's like a crack in this armor that you've put around your Christ self. It's like the light starts to shine through this crack in the armor every time. Now, this is possible for me right now. There's no circumstance, there's no situation that's blocking me. There's no train of thoughts that keeps on coming back over and over again and looping around again that's blocking me. Because it's just right now. Let more light in. So readiness is the mind's first yes to God. We're affirming there's a possibility of this. This says, I am not hopeless, right? I've got something here. God's will is for me. I'm saying God's will is for me. This is my own will. It's signaling the mind has already begun returning. So now everything that comes is for that. That's what to remember. The ego is going to say, this is impossible. The way I feel with my brother, for instance, this is impossible. He's impossible. Right? But the Holy Spirit is saying, something in me is recognizing this is possible. It'll be like a playful little smirk on the Holy Spirit's imaginary face. Yeah, come on. You can see this.
Isn't there a teaching about how the mind is always, or the ego is always looking for relief, and the relief could be that there's nothing to look for, but what's appearing and love is right here.
Well, the ego is looking for relief in another time. Not now.
That's why it's not gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, that's right. The ego is always trying to help you get relief, but not right now. It's coming later, after, at the end of this train of thought. Isn't that so fun? That's why I'm saying, when you see that?
I got so many truth bombs.
Nice.
Ego is like, we got this later.
Yeah.
We got this tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
We got this.
Once you listen to me and do this,
Yeah.
then
That's right.
If you do this now, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, the ego is always trying to help you get relief, but not right now.
Because you're irritated and you're thinking about that thing, downward spiral. And that's, I'm having an aha.
You're gonna get amazed too when you see it. When you just notice that frustration arise and the downward spiral, and you let it be a signal, nothing more than a signal. It has no reality. That's why it keeps on repeating over and over again in the Course in Miracles. The world is based on error and stuff like that, right? It has no reality. So you can just withdraw any belief in it in the moment and feel the difference. You'll feel that familiar sense. And then you know you could just do that anytime. There's no thing that's going to arise in your perception that's going to prevent you from doing that. After you've seen it and you've done it the first time, you kind of develop a knack for it. So just use it over and over again. Something works.
I was seeing the seeker's belief that, it's not gonna happen today, but it's probably gonna happen tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow, right?
Like, the seeker really wants to seek.
Yeah, the seeker wants to seek, right? Well,
Seeker's always seeking.
yeah, it's an ego identity. That's what it does. It keeps on
It's
seeking.
strong in this, in all spiritual.
Keeps it from the spirit.
See a question, can you give a real life
No.
situation, like if you're in something and something just is getting scratchy, it doesn't matter what we're talking about, it doesn't matter if it's a person or playing pickleball and you're not playing well, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Anything at all, what do? Do you literally, do you literally say this is an illusion, or that's the ego, or what's your process that gets you out of the ego and into the love thing? Like,
I feel the effect of the thought. And in that, recognize that the thought is not true.
okay.
The underlying belief is not true. So any thoughts that circulate to tell me why I feel that way, maybe Janie on the pickleball court is being a bitch or something like that. Right. And so then you feel, because you're talking about yourself, so you're aware of all these concepts. You've probably been studying for a little bit, and you're aware of all these concepts, right? And so feel what that effect is, because you're using thoughts in the moment, projected thoughts, to uphold that feeling and make it continue. So you want to see what those are so you can withdraw value to them. See that? Yes, because Janie isn't there. She's not. Her bitchiness is just coming up to show you something. And you don't have to take that as personal at all. You remember, love and a call for love. Oh my gosh, Janie's calling for love. What a sweetie. And Holy Spirit, work through me however that looks. I'm not in charge. See? So then you just keep on having a good ass time playing pickleball. You know you're not in charge. I don't really play pickleball. I don't know if I'm doing right motions. That was good.
That's how I feel.
You're having a great time, and then Janie realizes, wow, I feel a lot better, right? Because you don't keep this feeling to yourself. You're not alone in experiencing. So when you allow yourself to experience the embrace, the love of God, whatever someone else is going through, if Janie seems to be being a bitch, that's a call for love. She needs some love. Oh, that's how a call for love is coming across. comes across through distortion like that. Isn't that fun? And it's all coming from your own mind. So it's asking for a gift from you to you.
You touched on feeling the feeling instead of just trying to change the feeling.
Right.
Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So the feeling is, it's an effect of the underlying belief. Okay. That's a secret belief. Let's say it's in the unconscious mind. And so a feeling will arise and actually come first before the thoughts that justify and explain and defend it. Okay. So that's the point right there where you stop and embrace. You don't even have to stop what you're doing, but you stop chasing the thoughts that are just arising to explain and defend and justify the feeling. And you just let the feeling burn in the body sense. It's a good burn. It really is. Yeah. You ever go to the gym? This is what it seems like to me. I don't know. Maybe you don't do it at the gym. I was just doing it today in block therapy. I was holding my leg up for a while, right? And I was using my glute muscles. And then all of a sudden I started to feel this line of energy flow down my leg. And it was hot, but it was opening. It's kind of like that. It's like you get that kind of burning sensation that is opening. That's what it's like to embrace your feelings, especially when you're first starting out, right? Because the ego's way is to suppress the feeling, try to change the feeling, try to find out what happened in your childhood. We were going over that before too. It was a little earlier on how it doesn't originate in childhood. Try to like go to your childhood and try to fix something over there. It's just a matter of embracing the feeling, recognizing I can't escape this. I have to go through this. And I started doing that as a kid because, I had 5 younger brothers and sisters, and I was the oldest. And we would all pile into the back seat of a car that was for 3 people, right? And my brothers and sisters would seem to be so freaking annoying. Oh my God, I just wanted to strangle someone or clobber someone or something. And I go, there's no way out of this. I was like 10 years old. I was like, I just have to sit through these feelings. I just have to sit through this stuff. And so that was the first time I noticed, oh, that is real power, because I was getting into a peaceful place in that. It didn't really matter what happened in the car. Stinky ass dog. There's a thought arising. Why the fuck do we even have a dog? We live in a car. Too small a spot for this stinky dog aroma. My little kid mind's going, I can't handle this. I just have to feel through that feeling. All right, so you're feeling good about this? Okay. So this readiness where you're going, okay, this is possible for me. This is saying, mastery's been accepted. So you can, I can't repeat this enough to you guys, accept everything that comes in from here forward as part of that. Perfect for that. Every thought, every wave, every relationship. You can't get it wrong. You have already accepted this. You've accepted that mastery is possible. Now everything is coming to support you in seeing that to fruition. It's inevitable. But you could push it away and make it take longer and make a lot of pain for yourself in the process, which, yeah, you don't want that, right? By going back to, I'm not going to do this, I'm not good enough, and all that kind of stuff. No, you're doing it. It's on. It's kind of like you're giving birth and you can't run away. Okay?
Past the point of no return.
And you are doing mastery, so it resolves the need for resistance.
Right. It's kind of like in birth, the common way people give birth is to like clench their uterus up instead of let the baby just come out. So it's like that, where it's like it's prolonging all the pain and all the crying and stuff like that. Whereas you could just like stop crying and be feeling your feelings and take a big ass exhale, and your uterus will just go. Right. The more you relax, the easier this goes. It's going to get intense, but not any feelings you can't handle. This is easy.
All of the love. It's so big.
Uh-huh. That's what all those feelings are. They're resistance to love. Fear of love. You go through them by feeling them. You're way bigger than any feeling. Speaking of big, you're way bigger. You're the one embracing the feeling. The feeling seems like come in when you're not aware of this, you think you're a person. The feeling seems to come in like a freight train and like knock you over, right? But when you're aware, you're like, oh, there's a feeling, and you embrace the feeling. You're the whole universe. You're so big, you can embrace any feeling. It's just going to get intense too with the ego. You're not the ego. The ego's going to experience intensity. Let's say that. Or the experience is going to be some ego experiencing intensity. You do not experience any of the intensity. You can embrace all the intensity. The more you do it, the more you see you've got this ability. So readiness is holy. It's evidence that you're returning to sanity. The mind has reversed direction, gone away from impossibility to thinking that's for other people. That's for people that go live in a cave somewhere. We don't need that. It's not, you don't need anyone to do anything different. The different occurs anyways. It's just change. It just goes. We're going toward divine certainty. We're already aligned with the will of God. It's just a matter of accepting that, remembering that. So Jesus put a lot of emphasis on readiness in this chapter. It's the moment you just stop denying your inheritance. You accept what is. You accept yourself that's one. You accept the manifest self as perfect for undoing the belief in separation. Just perfect for that. See, even small amount of willingness, inconsistent willingness, you see willingness surrounded by doubt, doesn't matter. Recognize this as tremendous spiritual process. You could say you have progressed so much. Once you're ready to accept the possibility that you can master this, even if it's wavering. Recognize this is tremendous progress. And be happy about that. Thoughts like, I don't know if I can do this, I'm not far along enough, none of those need to mean anything to you anymore. That's the end of those. I'm ready. Here I am, Lord. Right? And who is Lord? You're talking to yourself. There's only one. So readiness means that I believe this is possible. I believe mastery is possible. That means the door's open. The process began. God's will is moving me. Don't doubt that. You don't have to doubt that. You can, it's just going to make the whole thing take longer. I'm all about speeding you up, Matt, warp speed. We don't need to take longer. Today's the day.
Beat me up, Scott.
Yes. So let's honor this readiness. Ready. You see that it's possible. That's all. You accept this is possible. Mastery of love is possible for me right now. That's readiness. Honor that as evidence that Christ is active in your mind. Okay? Christ has already been remembered a little, let's say. And that's enough because you get that little crack and So it's a matter of, for you to see it, it's a matter of when you're willing to accept this. All right. Simple willing, little bit of willingness, it's not insignificant. It's a sign that you're already destined for the full willingness, total mastery. Okay. That's, you're just totally willing in the moment. All right. I'm checking to see if you guys have any questions. Nope. You're just chilling. Thank you for chilling. I love you. I'm glad you're enjoying, Kalama. I love you. Yay, Rory. Woo. Good to see you guys. Okay, are you guys ready for another sentence? All right, we're still in the mastery of love. Paragraph 10, sentence 6. This is only the beginning of confidence. So you've accepted. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Didn't even know I wanted that. So you've accepted the possibility of mastering love. That's signaling your readiness. Okay, so readiness, this readiness, it's the seed of confidence. It's not confidence itself, it's the beginning of it. Now you start to use it. You start to use this readiness. You start to put it into practice, and it shows you over time. So this sentence, here it is again, this is only the beginning of confidence. This is acknowledging your progress while also keeping it in a proper context for you. It's not to be dismissed. It's not underestimated or anything here. It's evidence that the mind is shifting. At the same time, he wants you to know that this is the beginning of confidence. It's not the culmination. So you don't have to feel confident to do this. We're not requiring this. So confidence means certainty in truth. You don't need to be certain, is what he's saying. You don't need to be certain about the truth. It's just, you know, and it's also certainty of truth and total absence of doubt too. That's the kind of confidence it's talking about in A Course in Miracles. Okay. So this is the condition where the mind is not vacillating anymore. The kind of confidence it's talking about. It's not going back and forth. It's steady. It's consistently aware of love as its reality. That's the destination of every single one of us. It's just it's a process of coming to know and see this and use it like this. So readiness is like a spark of that certainty. The certainty is already present. That's why it's a spark of certainty. You're just coming to it. It's like you're coming back to it. So it's your mind is turning toward trust. It's willing to be taught, and you're taught right through the particulars of your life. There's nothing to get to later. It's right now. And this is inevitable that you're going to the final goal of this, which is total mastery that doesn't waver, complete confidence. So the sentence is reassuring, and it's also orienting. It's going, okay, you could see, do you have complete confidence? If not, that's okay. Keep going. Don't stop. The beginning of confidence, it's not some small thing. This is an important step in the undoing. So this is just the beginning of it. This readiness is the beginning of confidence. So if there's doubt, you're gonna probably perceive doubt if you haven't gotten to the space where you're confident. It seems to take almost more of like maybe some I don't know, maybe you say gumption or something like that to see through it, like, because there's all this doubt because your confidence isn't there yet that it's even gonna do anything, it's even gonna help, that it's even gonna work, you know. I can give you a good example that's coming to my mind right now. At one point when my son was 19, one of my sons was 19, he was downstairs wrestling, it sounded like, with the vacuum. So I go down there and I'm like, wow, the vacuum got its ass kicked. Like there was the vacuum lint all over the place. The whole thing I was messed up. This guy was pissed, right? So I walk in there and I'm aware, I'm like, whoa, because once I hear the commotion from upstairs, I'm like, okay, there's the opportunity. There's an opportunity right here. So so I go down there and he's in my face yelling at me. And I'm like, okay, okay, all right. And I'm feeling what I'm doing is I'm feeling, I'm going, okay, I'm opening to the experience instead of pushing it away. I'm feeling, right? So he turns around, he punches the wall, he punches a hole in the wall. And I go, how do you feel after that? You know, and he's like, not so good. I don't feel so good after that. I wish I didn't just do that. You know, you could tell the emotion's still real high, you know, and it seems like it's all about me. It seems like I'm the one and I'm like, oh, good. What better person? I know what to do with this. So it seems like it's completely about me, right? So I'm just feeling with him, feeling with him, feeling with him. And then he storms by me, goes over, gets one of my baking dishes. I was baking sourdough bread. I had one of these fancy clay things, throws it on the ground, and then comes up to me. And then it looks like he's about ready to manhandle me, right? And I notice this sense of fear arise in me, and then immediately just embrace that fear and recognize, oh, that's not true, right? So then he stops short of coming up on me like that, right? And there was this major turmoil going on that was arising within my perception, which I'm knowing is coming from myself. So I can embrace the sensation of it and feel with him, feel the sensation, right? And just that being and holding space and being present with it just allowed it to play itself out. And then I ended up leaving because I had a warm pond date with someone. So I just left. And his dad was home. So I said goodbye to his dad, aloha to his dad. And I didn't say anything about any of the situation that just occurred. I knew it would play out perfectly. And then their interaction turned out, it was so amazing because my husband and his dad went wild with rage, and he was about ready to go kick his ass because he knew it was him when he saw the broken dish and all this. And he was about ready to go kick his ass. He was like wild with rage. He goes in there, and my son looks at him. He's like, Dad, I was angry and now I'm just feeling really sad. And he just started crying, and they caressed each other. And by the time I got home from the warm pond, they're just chilling, almost like, you know, almost like in an embrace, as they would, you know, they're really like a foot apart, but there's the sense of an embrace. They're very manly. Yes, they're both very manly. Yeah, it was like there's just this sense of just peace and calm in the place. And I noticed a shift in my son and everything that occurred after that, you know, and you could see how that could go away if you're a certain way, if you're believing thoughts like about how this shouldn't be happening. Oh my God, and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, just willingness to use it in the moment. And you know, in the moment, sure, doubts would arise, you know, "Oh, this is really bad, oh, there's a hole in the wall, that's really bad," you know. And it's like, for me, it's like it just doesn't even it didn't even make any sense. A thought came up, oh shit, this is really bad, there's a hole in the wall, who cares, like it's an illusion, you know. Illusory wall. We're doing way deeper work than this.
I'm gonna focus on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that punch mark is still there to this day. Yeah. Things need to come up, right? So it's like it's better out than in. That's how I see it. And it's like this is the way of seeing that there's nothing that can harm us too. You know, I love to get the sense that something's going to be harmful. It's fun for me. Right? The sense someone's walking. I've had a Hawaiian guy, man. He's just like right in my face. My friend rear-ended him, and then my friend was my friend was like my friend was driving the car, but I kind of like walked up there like I was the one driving the car. Like, let me just like go handle this. And he's just like right in my face with his chest out and stuff like that. I'm like, ah, this is perfect for me. I love it. You know, sometimes they'll make a move like they're gonna gonna do something to you, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing, you know, because it's all knowing it's all coming from you. And then notice that guy, you know, just gently calm down as time went on. Just gently calm down. He'd walk away from me, come back, look at me from a distance, and why are you looking at me like that? I don't know, my face is funny. I don't know what to do with this thing sometimes. Right.
So can I, interject something? Like, so what I hear you say is everything situation that comes up,
Hmm.
it's a opportunity for us to feel. Is it that we have something to feel that comes first and we project it to feel it? Or as you do the course and release more and more, the less you have to release? Or is it an unconscious thing of, we got to feel some anger here, so we project that first to feel it? Does that
It's the,
make sense?
well, it's the underlying thought of separation. So with the thought of separation, it seems like things are threatening. So it's constantly manifesting things that are threatening, but it's a feeling first. It's feeling threatened, and then and then a thing manifests off of that. So that's the order of it, but it doesn't seem to be in that order. It seems to be in the reverse order. It seems like a thing happened that caused the feeling.
So as you progress in your experience and your journey, do you have those less and less of those feelings that come up of anger or not joyful?
Well, they're not resisted, that's the thing. So they become more joyful, even any of those kinds of feelings. See, there's lots of little ones all throughout the day. What I just gave an example of is what you would call a big one, right? But there's lots of little ones all throughout the day. So it's using those little upsets all throughout the day. And what I notice is that's what had me prepared to handle something like that, because I've been willing to use all the tiny upsets all throughout the day. I'm not waiting for a big one to pop up. So then I'm like really well practiced by that point because I've been meeting all of those little ones. So, you know, really the ego's going, spare me from any of this hard stuff. You know, I don't want to have this hard things coming up. The thing is, as you go through it, it doesn't even seem hard. You're not trying to do without anything. Like these kinds of any kind of event where it seems like it's a big deal and it seems to strike fear, you're just like, oh yay, it's easier and easier. You get better and better at that. You know, when you don't need to see any more of anything that seems to trigger anything, that's when your mind is completely purified. But then that's a state that doesn't even last because it's still in form.
So you have no really control over your feelings, but just what you do with them.
Right. They're arising
They're
automatically.
they're just there. And it's like,
Right.
oh, hello, old friend.
Right.
Okay,
And
Yes.
there's nothing to do with them anyway.
but
It's-
feel it.
Yeah, and something that's really been working for me is noticing resistance or any sort of like feeling the body's going, no.
Right.
And to say yes, and here.
Yeah, there's going to be a pushing away. That's what I would tune into. So like when I was still upstairs and I heard the commotion with a vacuum, I already was noticing the pushing away and being released from that pushing away. So that by the time I got down to where my son was with the vacuum, I was ready for anything. I was just stoked and ready for anything. And I'm just like noticing my breath, noticing, and also noticing nothing's wrong. That's why I could just get in my car and go to the warm pond. I'm sure nothing's wrong. I'm sure everything's, once I come back, probably by the time I come back, it's going to be all freaking sweet.
So the resistance has to have a story for resistance.
Yes, it does, to keep on continuing
Right,
on.
Right,
Yeah, like this is something bad. What am I going to do about this?
yeah.
How many more things is he going to break? You know, how much is this going to cost?
I'm not feeling joyful, so there's something wrong with me. I'm not doing the, whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
You
no,
just
the
embrace it and accept it.
right. So it's not what's coming up in terms of feelings or thoughts that really shows your progress. It's what you would do with it in the moment. That's what really shows your progress. You know, that reveals to you, you're like, wow, I have really come a long way. I could stand in that without freaking out, acting like we got to call the cops or some crazy scenario.
Just
Right.
you're extending love.
Right. I'm not
That's
making
when you
any
get
of
the
it wrong.
confidence. Something's going on, like with my brother, and I'm extending love. Oh, this is working, and then it becomes the confidence.
Yes.
Willing.
But do you
Yes,
not
you see
feel
it.
the anger for,
I didn't feel it this last trip. Not saying I was perfect every time. I just noticed, like, oh, this doesn't feel like love. Take a breath. How am I going to respond with love? Whether to myself or him.
It switches very fast. You can
Yes,
you
it
can
does.
expect a sudden change,
It
like
does.
right now.
Yeah, because I
Doesn't
can't
feel like
imagine
love.
going, oh, I'm feeling love over every freaking situation. It's like, I'm gonna feel hurt, I'm gonna feel anger, I'm gonna feel something first.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you're gonna.
I'll say this doesn't
No.
feel like love, so I'll check in instead of projecting and yelling at him. Yeah, like I'm not like here.
right, you feeling.
I'm ready.
Mhm.
And I think our delusion spiritually is like we get to this harmonious place where nothing upsets us.
No,
And-
Yeah.
you're always gonna feel.
Yeah. Well, you know what I notice. What I notice is for me, nothing upsets me. It's just that's just how it is. If I get a sense that I'm upset, I know nothing has upset me. Like it just can't be so. Right? And that's from seeing over and over again. You guys, I started doing this a long time ago.
That's
Right.
a mastery anchor.
Yes.
Good job.
What's that?
That's a mastery anchor.
What does that mean?
And just what you're sharing is that freedom,
Uh-huh.
inspiration from.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
Suffering.
yeah, you don't have to, and no, you don't have to suffer anymore. Like that's what Jesus is saying right here. And you can just decide you're not going to do it anymore. And you know, at first you'll see yourself, okay, I see how I didn't open up all the way in that situation. That's okay. It's every single one you're learning, you're seeing more and more. I've had an instance before where, you know, my son could see that I'm totally annoyed with him. And he's like, Mom, you are totally annoyed with me right now, aren't you? And I was like, no, it is not possible for me to be annoyed with you. I am feeling annoyed, but that's because of my thoughts. And, you know, when I just said that to him, he's like, really, Mom? Is that really the case? I'm like, yes, it is. Even though I wasn't feeling it, I was full of doubt. But me just saying it, yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. I could feel it in my body's energy field that some stuff was getting undone right there. Because I was like, it doesn't feel like it. It feels like it's you who's annoying me. I didn't say that to him, right? Because people don't understand that, right? It really feels like it's him that's annoying me, and it's really strong like that. But I'm going, no. It can't be. Yeah, it has to be my own. And so practicing like that over years with a family, you know, when this occurred, I was living with my husband and younger kids when it really started to ramp up like this. And so doing it with a family really helped me see a lot of things because I had already built up a lot of annoyances about kids from being a kid with my brothers and sisters. I just built up all these annoyances. But what Jesus is saying, you don't have to go back and fix anything. You just withdraw belief from that now that they're annoying you. Kids were so annoying to me. Oh my goodness. Trip.
What I found, what I'm hearing you is that it's all about the practice. You know, like a muscle, like at the gym. And in the beginning, talking about me, it was practicing on the little things so that when a bigger thing comes, you're more prepared. Or of course, I would love to be 100% prepared, but sometimes it's just, but I think that for me, I'm fascinated with some days where someone will say something and I'm just like, oh, that's funny. And it's just like oil and water. It just
Uh-huh.
doesn't hit me at all. Doesn't enter at all. It's just completely washed off. And I actually inside, I'm like, wow, you did a good job on that, Karen. You didn't let that get in at all. And then maybe later in the day, I just got truthfulness on that. Later in the day, somebody says something to me and I'm like, that went directly right to my heart. I'm irritated. You know, it went right into, I'm like, well, that's obviously where you have a wound. Because the other thing, I equate it like this. If someone walks up to me and says, oh my gosh, your hair, it's green. It's just ridiculous. It looks stupid. Why did you dye it? I'd be like, well, that's funny. It's not green. And, you know, it doesn't bother me at all. That's watch. But if somebody comes up and says something that's in one of my wounds, where I have shame, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Just goes right in like a knife. And I'm like, ah! And so that's what I'm working on. I'm working on those things. Those things are great. Those are easy. Green hair, that stuff, that's easy. But it's the bigger wounds where I'm like, I'm working on that. So any tips on that? Because I'm working on that. And I know, I mean, I'm trying and I'm willing and I'm ready and all that. So I know that I'm looking at it going, you're not there yet. I'm like, I know, I'm trying. Just not there yet. I'm trying. Not let it go in.
Yeah, not there yet is also time bound. So you don't have to let that thought have any kind of meaning.
Right.
Right.
What would you do with something where you know that you have this wound that you're trying to heal the wound?
Yeah. So it's rolling around. So when you're saying you have this wound and you want to hear the wound, it's rolling around and it keeps on coming back a bunch of times, right? So this is what's giving you the opportunity for you to see that you're projecting that pain right now.
Okay.
That's all. And you feel it. And, I'll tell you, it's so lovely. It's like, it's almost like you fall into the arms of your beloved because you just allow yourself to have that feeling sense and be released from everything that holds it up. And when it moves over, it's like it allows this beautiful sense. I notice it in the heart. It's like a really big opening. It just keeps on opening. Yes. Did you want?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what about trying bringing the belief I have this wound to the truth?
Yeah, there's no wound.
Yeah.
If you're ready, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying when you're saying, I have this wound, these are thoughts that you've been thinking about yourself in secret.
Okay.
All right. So now someone's making them visible out in the open. These are your thoughts. You gave them the script. So that's what you mean when you're saying, I have this wound. So this is like what you can say. It's good metaphorically. Of course, you don't have a wound. It's good metaphorically to recognize, okay, they're speaking my mind, basically what I'm talking to myself in secret, right? So this is where your correction comes in. Those thoughts that you're talking to yourself in secret, they're getting corrected. See? That's what these let's say apparent wounds are for. They're to show you go, ouch. What does that ouch mean? It means I'm talking this kind of shit to myself in secret. That's what it means. This is the kind of stuff I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you could say like this. It's like there's a belief in the unconscious mind that you've been following over and over again. So these are blocks to the awareness of love. This is how it gets unblocked. Yeah. Yay, I'm glad you're loving it, Christine. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for joining, everyone. All right. So celebrate readiness right now. It's just right now. It's evidence that you're already responding to love. No matter how good or bad you seem to do in the moment, you're always learning. Use every experience for learning, for seeing more and more. I've had ones where, I've been in this thing with my daughter where the energy started to elevate like this, back and forth, and just go, forget everything I just said about you. That was about me. And then just like silence, like, is she serious? Right? And then there's and then there's this like, yeah, it was totally not. And I've had I've had interactions like that where I'm just like, that was not about you, that was about me. That's like really honest, and then the person can see that there's no conflict. So then you're not in any kind of conflict. It's just like, hey, everything I just said, that was about me. I have bitched to my husband before for like 45 minutes about one of our employees. It was like 45 minutes. And then I just go, all that, it was all about me. And it wasn't easy to say that, but I knew it was true, right? 'Cause I was talking some shit.
And you said that one time you said to him, thanks for playing with me or something.
I told him, yeah, thank you for playing. Yeah,
Because
totally.
You had some emotions going on.
Yeah. Yeah. After I was on his case for like 4 days. So my husband, I left my husband last year, like left the marriage, we're still really good friends and everything. And, and, and for many years, he did not like that I was doing A Course in Miracles things and stuff like that. So there was a period of time where I was pissed at him for like 2 days for not seeing this, right? And I was badgering him. It was 2 days. And at the end of 2 days, I said, all that stuff I've been saying over the last 2 days, that was all about me. You're fine. Like, you're perfect. So then we just kept on going along until at one point I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm just moving out now. He's like, you're moving out? I was like, yeah, I'm moving out. I'm called to something else. And so now my husband's into A Course in Miracles and ACIM deep dives. He listens to these too. He's actually he's actually one of my most devout, I don't know if you say follower or something like that. Lover of Hope Johnson. He's a lover of Hope Johnson. And a lover of truth. I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I just told him, thank you for playing at the end of 2 days. He's like, okay. Oh, I don't have to do anything different? Oh, thank goodness. No, you're perfect. And then I was with him like 4 or 5 more years after that. So like for a contemplation question with this one, it's like, am I willing to honor this beginning, this readiness readiness to be confident as like a holy beginning without demanding something of myself? That's the thing. You don't need to demand yourself behave or perform in any certain way. It's inevitable. This is the unfolding of God's will for you. What little bit of noticing you do, even if you do a little bit of noticing in some big thing, you're just coming back to the awareness, the knowing, I've given this to myself. This is what I've given to myself so I can see clearly. Each time you get any kind of an emotional trigger, you're going into deeper joy if you allow it. So you're going to be glad about the emotional triggers because of that. Yeah. It makes it really fun. It really does. You're not, it's not like you're afraid of getting triggered. You're glad. Like someone will tell me, this person is fucking pissed at you. And usually that happens when I'll be telling someone's story on wisdom dialogues, which I do on Mondays usually. And I'm like, oh, good. I love that. I know something good is happening. I know something big is going on, right? Because now I got a perception that someone's pissed at me. You know what I'm going to do with that perception? I'm going to heal that perception. It's really simple. I'm just noticing the body sense of it. I'm embracing the feeling. It's okay. I'm glad about it. Someone comes up yelling at me, right, Diana? I'm like, I'm like, oh, good. What's this going to reveal? All right, you guys want to go on to another sentence? Let's do another sentence. Okay, let me just check on my peeps here. Everyone's so quiet. They're just attentive and quiet. I love you guys. All right. Paragraph 10, sentence 7. This is a longer sentence. In case this be misunderstood as a statement that an enormous amount of time will be necessary between readiness and mastery, I would again remind you that time and space are under my control. Isn't that fun? That's Jesus talking, in case you are not following along. Then there's a footnote here, footnote 165. It refers us back to the same chapter, chapter 2, section 9. And it says, I said that Christ's control can take over everything that doesn't matter. I loved that section. Oh my God. Everything. And none of this shit matters. Christ's control can take over everything that does not matter. That means we don't have to, like, my mind will go to needing to order something, for instance, on Amazon. And I'll just notice Christ control. Don't need to think about that. The actual ordering itself will just occur. Like my body will just move to do it. I don't need to think about it. Like, oh yeah, okay, here's how it's gonna look. It's gonna be like this, it's gonna be at this time. It's just like, oh, Christ control. Everything that does not matter, and everything in this world does not matter. This is why you don't need an ego. There's this idea that we need an ego. Maybe we could have a good ego. No, there's no need for one of those. Okay, so Jesus is anticipating here a fear-based interpretation. That's why he's saying, in case this be misunderstood, right? That the journey from readiness to mastery is going to take a long time, perhaps lifetimes, right? This is the idea. Oh, we got as many as we need, right? We could go with fear all we want, kill ourselves a million times. It doesn't matter. So the ego always is using time to delay awakening. I'm not ready yet. I'm not there yet. That's another one. Okay, this is something I started hearing a lot when I came to Sedona, actually. This is where I started to hear this a lot. I'm not there yet. I'm like, this is a mantra. Is this what it takes to get into the group? I'm not there yet. Is this what it takes to attend? I'm here, right? God, I'm here now. It's not, I'm not there yet. The coming to know is now. That I'm there yet, that's in time. That doesn't mean anything. So he's anticipating that you're going to think it takes a long time. All right. Like you're supposed to see some signs or something. No, the signs are you acknowledging, accepting who you are in the moment. That's the sign that you demonstrate to yourself. All right. So this is completely undoing the belief. If you take this to heart, this is completely undoing the belief that it takes any time for the mastery of love. That it takes any time at all. It takes no time. So they're not obstacles, time and space. They're not obstacles. These are teaching devices. That's all they're for. So that's why he's saying they're under, what did he say? They're under his control, time and space. And then the footnote supports it that he takes care of everything that does not matter. You don't need to take care of, and nothing here matters. Everything can be handled by Christ on your behalf. You just allow everything to be handled by Christ on your behalf. This is a mental movement. It has nothing to do with external. It's a mental movement. See that? Because the mind is constantly being hooked. When Jesus was talking about how much we don't watch our mind, it's getting hooked on the particulars of our lives. Our mind isn't available because it's caught up in the particulars of our lives that do not matter, he's saying. None of this stuff matters. So let the Christ take care of all this. So readiness and mastery, they're not separated by any kind of linear duration. This is not linear. Think of it more like a spiral. Okay? The only separation that you're perceiving between readiness and mastery is actually willingness. Your willingness to be it now, to receive it now. When your will is not divided at all, mastery is instant. I'm like, I don't care if there's a hole in the wall. I don't care if my baking dish is over there. I don't care what the neighbors think. I don't mind whatever it is. All I'm here to do is feel and extend love. Easy. I feel like my task is very simple, right? Just don't, it's a movie, right? You can turn that in, you can turn that however you want. Yeah. So when your will isn't divided at all, there it is. Let just, honor that little bit of willingness that you have. And as it grows over apparent time, which is more of a spiral than linear. You're not really bound in time. You have a belief in time. So it seems to be done in time.
I'm kind of curious. I'm thinking about how our social world creates this linear, like, sharing of self, and like yesterday I did that such and such, and that how conditioned that is in our social.
Yeah.
Like,
Like when we're talking about tomorrow we're going to do this, or yesterday we're going to do this. Just coming into the knowing all the time that it's a dream and you're just kidding. Right? You're just kidding. When you're talking about time, you're just like giving each other like some parameters. Yeah. Exactly. It's like when you recognize when you're looking at anything like that, you're telling a story last year, next year, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be over here, whatever. Recognize that you're just kidding. That's the thing about just coming into the knowing of what's true in every moment. And you might find yourself, like I find myself saying apparently a lot. Especially when someone asks me how old I am or my birthday, I'm like, apparently this. Yeah, I've got this card in this dream. In this dream, I've got this card with my picture on it. It says I got a birthday and stuff like that. I mean, really, that's what's going on. None of that is actually true.
you're always saying I made up too.
What's that?
I made that up.
I made that up. Yes. I made it up. Yep, I made everything that I think I see, I made up. Yep. And see the thing about us, it's like when we're interacting with each other, we're the one son of God. So we're interacting with what we're interacting with it. This is perfection. This is holy. This is innocence. And all we want to do with each other is communicate that. See? So that's what I was doing with my son. Really, I'm communicating that the truth is true. It's like it's almost like he's tempting me, right? He's like, when are you gonna freak out? I do this or I do this,
It's like we're all reminding each other the truth.
Yes.
Constantly. So you guys help me remind me, I need to cut that out. Okay. But I mean, it's done with love.
Yeah.
So it's helpful.
Yeah.
Putting the mirror up and showing me, okay, that's a good one. But I mean, I feel like we're remembering, helping each other remember.
reminding
Yes.
each other.
And yes, and look how the teaching is too. Like if I give the example with my son, I never said anything to him. I just asked him if he felt better after he punched a hole in the wall, except that was the only thing I even said, you know. But it's just willingness to be in the presence with the manifest form arising as it does. See? That's what it shows your mind that all of this stuff is meaningless and only love is true, only love is real. You know, he's like, and you know, of course, my son is like, I'm sorry, mom, about any of those things. And I'm like, I'm glad it happened. I'm like, better out than in. Yeah, yeah. You know, it might prevent him, it might prevent him from like hanging himself or something. You know what I mean? It's like better out than in. Bring that shit out.
I'm
Right?
surprised you didn't just go and laugh at what happened to the vacuum cleaner.
Oh, that
little bastard.
that
what
was-
happened?
that was hilarious. Yeah, it was when I walked down there. What did the vacuum? I think I said something like, "What did the vacuum do to deserve that?" You don't understand. I'm pissed. Punch a hole, you know? But it's like you just embrace and you keep on embracing the feelings that are arising through it. And people, you know, people see that and they change. Yeah.
You're not throwing it back at them.
Yeah.
It's like a squishy wall. They throw this ball really hard, like a bowling ball really hard, and you don't catch it and throw it back. It's just like this big soft squishy wall and it just absorbs it and drops. And they're like,
That's right.
she didn't throw it back.
Yeah.
Nope, just, it's like this, I don't know, absorbing wall is just.
That's probably the part of the ego that's looking to have a reflection of something being wrong with,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So it's the ego looking for my reactions going, you fuck. You know?
That was
Right.
less than.
Yes. Yes.
Giving them love, like how beautiful.
I loved it.
I always say it takes energy to have the energy to just do the absorbing thing and not the throwing it back. Throwing it back is easy.
Yeah.
It's easy, because you're surprised, boom, boom. It's a reflex.
But it actually steals your energy.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I did that this morning. Someone said something to me and I was not present and I threw back. And afterwards I completely regretted it, but it was already, and all I was doing was, I want to get better at this, in that someone threw anger at me and I wasn't present enough.
Okay.
to do
Well,
the absorbing thing, I threw it back.
okay. So look at this. Look at this. You could, once you find yourself throwing it back, go, that was not about you. That was about me. And you don't have to necessarily say that to the person, even if you just say it to yourself and you recognize that. But that is not for you to be evaluating yourself over. That's the thing.
And keep yourself in shame.
Yeah.
You didn't do it right.
Yeah,
This is what we're
that's
always
what-
perpetuating.
Yeah,
is that-
even now I want to take that back. I didn't start it or anything, but I wish I didn't throw it back.
Oh, we'll just start with that. Okay. So you said, thank you. You said, I wish I didn't say that, right? Is that what you said? I wish I didn't do that, or I wish I didn't say that. Start with that feeling. That's where you do it. Because that's the feeling that's up right now. Noticing that feeling. What keeps that feeling going? What thought keeps that feeling going?
I don't hope you don't mind if I.
No,
because
go.
I felt attacked and I'm saying I must have felt like I need to defend myself.
Yeah.
So I threw back.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what the heck was that? I'm like, I don't know. Why did I don't know, but I did it. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
so I
You
felt-
didn't do it. It didn't happen.
Okay.
Okay, for one. Okay, so you want to go to peace in your heart with this situation, okay? Because just as it is, you want to go to finding peace in your heart. It didn't happen. It wasn't created. God didn't create it, so it can't exist. It did not really happen. That's where you go. The whole scenario, all that story about why it happened and all that stuff, just notice the thoughts. Don't push them away. Notice the thoughts and notice the feeling effect of those thoughts in the moment.
Heavy and yucky.
Yeah. So that's what shows you that those thoughts are not meaningful. You withdraw meaning from those thoughts. Withdraw meaning from them. Look at how they're affecting your body's energy field. See that? Now, the more you look at how those thoughts are affecting the body's energy field, when you believe them, they don't have power without your believing them. The more you do that, the more you're going to notice those thoughts are not relevant to me. I don't want them. I know what they feel like. I don't want that feeling. So this is what contrast is for. You can see what feelings you want and what feelings you can do without. Right? But you have to be willing to feel it though.
Okay.
Right? You're feeling it and you're recognizing, okay, right now, this thought that's coming up, this is big, saying that I'm remorseful. Right there, that's a false idea. It didn't happen. There's no thing that occurs that's not like heaven. All of that is illusion. So you just stop that right there. All those other thoughts about what happened and all that stuff, that's just trying to make it so that that thing actually happened, but it actually didn't. Yeah, only love that we share actually occurs. Yes.
I'm seeing that what's also being expressed and brought out is the learning that we actually don't know what we need. And I think it might be tied into the I want to get better at this that keeps playing out with you. Because what if what you really like when you wanted to take it back, what if the real learning was the judging yourself over it? Maybe that's what needed to come out more because that's immediately where you're going with it, right? So yeah, so that's why we don't need to like try and manage the way the things come out for us to undo them, like because we actually don't know what we need to learn. And for me, that was a big one. When every time I heard her say that, I'm like, shut the fuck up. How can I survive in this life if I can't pretend that I know what I need? You know, like huge.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you did, what I was expressing earlier too is whatever you did seem to say was perfect for everyone involved. Yeah. It can't be another way. So, number one, it didn't happen. Number two, there's an imagination that it did happen. That imaginary it did happen is perfect for everyone involved. And what Celeste was sharing was maybe it's that you seem to do shit and you automatically judge yourself about it. And this is the lesson that you need to see that this is a pattern repeating itself. And this is how you interrupt the pattern and actually undo the underlying cause of this repetitive judging yourself. See?
And I'm noticing that it's coming up for me is seeing that the ego is just seeing fragments of things and cannot see the totality and the ineffable. It's almost this crazy dynamic of
Yeah.
that is the swirl of the loop of like, oh, I still can't figure out this thing that is undescribable and so much bigger than words can even convey. So, allowing compassion for that moment. Of, oh,
You know, if I sit with
fuck, I
that,
got caught again.
if I sit with that, and I just see like a little girl who's just doing, my throwback was the little girl defending. So if you could just give that little girl a hug, because she felt attacked and she was, that was my cry for love.
Yep. And you're always that little girl.
And right now,
Then
that girl is this. That girl is this.
So that person's calling for love in your name. That's what's going on. So now you see the scenario. So rather than buying into judgmental thoughts about you not seeing what was going on. You just take what you learn and go forward. Jesus talks in a whole section on A Course in Miracles called the Happy Learner. Are you familiar with that section?
Not like I couldn't memorize it.
Yeah, so basically all of this stuff that arises, it's perfect for you so you could see more. So you be happy about what you're learning all the time. Don't worry about trying to go back and be remorseful over anything. See?
So rejoice about the opportunity of the learning and the lessons and the blessings. I call them
Yeah.
lessons, versus going back and judging and being remorseful. Be joyful that it showed up. So that's,
Yeah.
Or even
Say-
believing that it happened then, it's happening now.
Yeah, it's actually projecting from your consciousness right now. There's no time. So you're actually projecting it right now. So right now, you could just internally say to that person, thank you for playing, and see you guys embracing. See? You can imagine anything. So you can just imagine this. That's how it is with me. I imagine and embrace. I imagine an embrace between us, right? And thank you. Thank you for playing. Thank you for showing up, right? So the sentence that we're on is sentence 7. In case this be misunderstood as a statement that an enormous amount of time will be necessary between readiness and mastery, I would again remind you that time and space are under my control, and that includes Christ's control taking over everything that does not matter. So, whenever you find yourself thinking of something like, this will take forever, I have so far to go, I'm not advanced enough, I wish I wouldn't have blown up at that person, this will take years of purification. Remember this sentence. It is not time that determines awakening. It's your willingness. Okay? It's your willingness that Christ is going to lead the awakening. So it's like, Jesus, I give you time. I give you whatever time I seem to have, my body, the thoughts, whatever. Let it all be used for healing. I don't need it for anything. I don't know what it should be doing, right? I don't know what this apparent person. That's one thing that I seem to be really good at, is accepting myself even as however it's expressing. Right? Is because it's just like knowing for sure that it's 100% helpful 100% of the time. I'm not capable of lack of love. I'm only having a misperception. So collapse time. We want to collapse time according to God's will. And that's what Jesus is helping us do. So you don't have to manage your own spiritual timeline. You just say yes right now. You allow yourself to be directed by Jesus. He's saying he's got this thing. What's unreal and what is real. Seeing what is the difference between what's unreal and what's real. And they're not on the same level. Okay? So that the real can dawn in our awareness as quickly as possible. Right? We don't want to be wasting time. Now that we know, we don't want to be wasting time. So notice where you're using time as a reason to postpone your awakening. Like if you're busy or something like that, you seem to be too busy, anything like that. You never have to postpone it because it's right now, it's within the minutia of whatever you seem to be doing. So time is not your master. If you can accept time is not your master, you're going to accelerate way, way faster. We're not going to use it for delay anymore. So we finished the section, mastery of love, baby, love. And we have like 18 minutes left. So what we can do is we can do a little overview of what's to come. The real meaning of the last judgment, and that is section 13. The real meaning of the last judgment. So this is where Jesus is going to reinterpret one of the most fear-filled concepts humans have known.
I'm not leaving. I need to take notes because my head is going to explode. I want to remember these
It's
things.
already.
And I want to.
This gets recorded too.
Listen together, yeah, if you want.
Oh, here's Caitlin. Caitlin, what are you saying? All of our problems have already been solved. Yeah, these are the kind of friends I have. Isn't this amazing? I come back to this all day. This is so blessed. And I am as God created me. We are just here to remind each other that we are the light and perfectly perfect, unable to sin. Thank you, Caitlin. You are such a good broad. I love you. Thank you for saying all that stuff.
I loved when you said about, when you picture somebody like that I had that thing this morning and you said something and embrace. It was,
Yes.
what was the first, something and then you embrace, you imagine.
Yeah, you imagine and embrace and you say thank you for playing.
Yes.
In your mind even. Thank you for playing. Thank you for showing up. However, it feels really resonant for you.
I love because all that is an illusion. So why not use our imagination and embrace it? It's the same thing.
That's the creative
That's
use of
just-
imagination. Yeah.
Imagination is that. So why not just use my imagination and give a hug?
Right. That is the creative use of imagination. That's a creative use of thought. And that's what we're here to do.
The right use of will.
Yeah. The right use of will too. Thank you, Celeste. Celeste knows the Course in Miracles. She's working it.
And then I called that. I called that in. I called it in so that I could have the experience of
Yep.
it and the opportunity to learn.
Because what's going on is underneath the surface in the unconscious mind, what you do not see is you're already talking to yourself like this. That's why they're just doing it out in the open now. So that's why you're so grateful to them because they're bringing it to the surface what you're trying to keep hidden.
Oh, beautiful.
That's another level.
I know. I know.
Mine is, I just suck as a singer. She taught me to say everything out loud.
I have so many truth bombs, they're like bouncing off.
Yeah, you see, you could see that it's your own secret thoughts that are now being made audible. And you're going, oh, that's why you're, and then you can deny reality or meaning to them right there and undo what's underneath in the unwatched, what Jesus is calling the unwatched mind. This is giving you a big opportunity to watch it because now it's shit, what's unwatched now it's right there. The person just said it.
And then it's easier because it's in here. It's not true because I know I'm Christ. I know I'm the love of God. So it's not true.
Yes, that's right. It's not true. And that's what you're doing. You're demonstrating that it's not true by recognizing what that signal is coming to express. Right? It's expressing when you recognize, oh, this thing this person says to me, this is what I've been saying to myself in secret, even if I'm not aware of it right now. This is the truth. This is what's going on. All I need to do is deny any meaning to that. Right? So it's like like let's say my son, a common theme was for my son to tell me I've been a shitty mom, right? And I even wrote a book on parenting, okay? It's called Unschooling for Parents, A Mystic's Guide to Awakening with Children. You can be any age and not even have children. It's cool. You could do this, right? He's like, Mom, you have been a shitty parent. And I'm like, I fucking hear you. I can't even imagine being raised by myself. Right? Right? I know. And I'm not even a mom. Like I told him that before too. But when that was one of the things that was making him say, you've kind of been a shitty mom because when he was only maybe like 9 or something like that, I told him I wasn't really his mom. So now he's telling me this when he's maybe like 21 or something like that. And I'm like, I hear you, bro. Like, I couldn't imagine being raised by a mom like me. I'm telling you, I'm not even your mom. Still not your mom, but He gets it a lot better now.
My son said to me one time, he goes, Mom, I wish you would just be normal. And I looked at him and I said, you would be bored to death if I was normal. He goes, you're right.
You're right.
I said, you want normal? You want this? No. you can have that."
Right.
And you know what I think is hilarious? I thought I was, so number one, I was asleep when I was a parent. I mean,
Okay.
Unfortunately, I was. And I thought I was being a great mom. And then now that I'm in this course and stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, you're
Not even a mom.
Yeah, you're not even a mom. That's the opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, I let it go because I did the best that I could. You know what I mean? I did the best I could. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I love them.
I was just gonna say how the identity mom has all this, like you were kind of with your story, I was going, oh, so many people could judge you for not caring about your son and just leaving. He could commit suicide. You've got to stay and watch and take care of him. And yeah, a million things.
I love that. This is wonderful.
A million.
Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Well, you can always join online. You see him on Zoom and Substack. I'm not going to be here.
She's gonna help me.
Yeah. I'm not going to be here, but I'm going to be doing these here and there. Yeah. I'm going to take a break after this for maybe 2 weeks. I don't know. But you'll get once you're signed up, you'll get the invitation. You can join on Zoom. You can watch later. Like I said, I have a lot of different ways. Go to hopejohnson.org and you can find all the ways to connect with all this stuff. Yep.
If you want to see the animated expanded versions, this.
Yeah. This is, yep. All right. So we're getting into section 13. Yeah. The last judgment, final liberation. So this is the end of fear. It's your awakening. It's not punishment. God does not judge. God does not judge. You made judgment. Judgment is something that came after the thought of separation. So this is the way to use what you made. Yay. The final judgment is just the same as we've been talking about with each of these illusions as they arise, recognizing that the truth is true. That's it. This is how you remember you're eternally alive in God. You could say, sometimes we say it's God's final judgment. Sometimes we say it like that because God only knows you as perfect innocence. God doesn't know about all the things that you think you've done or you think you're gonna do or what you think you are. God only knows your perfect innocence and knows you as you are. So it's up to you to accept what, if God could judge, would be God's judgment of you, which is because you're the one who's making a story that you're not those things that are the way God sees you. So that's why you're the one that's coming in and doing the final judgment, okay? And this is basically just through it's coming from mastery of love, what we've been talking about. Noticing that any of these ego thoughts are not true. They're fear-based interpretation. Anything about religion that tells you you're unworthy. There's religious things telling you you're unworthy and unconscious guilt based on that. Just look at them as they arise. They arise in different ways in your perception. They just come up and say, oh, you're not worthy because of this. You're not worthy because you treated this person this way, right? You're not worthy because your son thinks you're a shitty mom. You're not worthy because someone's not talking to you. None of that stuff is true. I've had an experience before. I have a daughter too who's 33 years old, and she was cruising around town looking all wild, makeup running down, doing a bunch of drugs and stuff, and talking all kinds of shit on me, and people were going. Uh, People were asking one of my friends, why do you listen to Hope Johnson? Have you seen her daughter? She's a fucking mess. She's out on the street. She's like on drugs. And he goes, are you kidding me? That's why I do listen to Hope Johnson. You should see her. She's fine. she's freaking having a good time with it, right? Whatever is arising, it's perfect for awakening. Even my daughter came and told me, Mom, I'm sorry, I'm ruining your wisdom dialogues. And I was like, you can't ruin wisdom dialogues. This goes right into wisdom dialogues. Are you kidding?
You don't want to be talked about.
Yeah. Yeah. Wisdom dialogues, all kinds of stuff just comes right out, right? It's like, oh yeah. Yeah, stuff just and now, my daughter's like, Mom, are you having wisdom dialogues? Yes, I am. Please talk about me on your show, My son's still like, don't talk about me, Mom. Like, you got no choice, bro. Hate all you want. It's my fucking experience too.
Don't be my child.
He's not staying away. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like when you're loving, it doesn't matter if you're my kid or not. I love you just the same. Right? It's like we're playing this thing like you're my kid, so I'm probably going to do some certain things and there will be some roles played and stuff like that. It's just that we don't take those things seriously. It doesn't reflect on me, like how you are as a person doesn't reflect on me. Now he's 23, he's a manager, he's been through college and everything, and he's like, Mom, don't tell people that I'm successful because of you, because it is not because of you. If anything, it's in spite of you. And I'm like, I know, I'll make that clear that that's your mindset, don't worry.
Not because of you.
Yeah, I know, isn't that good?
Nothing to do.
Nothing to do with me. Exactly. You could, yeah, it's the same either way. Or whatever you seem to be doing. All right, you guys.
Nothing has anything to do with you, Mom.
Yeah, totally. Uh-huh. He wants to make sure that I'm not letting people know that he turned out that way because of the things I wrote about in my book, Unschooling for Parents.
Oh, well, I'm saying he's reflecting your God self of
Oh, yeah.
nothing you have ever done.
Yeah.
Different.
Right.
Well, it just shows the illusion. You were a shitty mom, and now he thinks, oh, maybe something's great because of mom.
Yeah.
None of it's true.
None of it's true.
It's just stuff like,
Exactly.
wow.
Yep. He can use me for however he needs. And of course, it's nice when you love your mom. I know that. I know from my own experience. It's really nice when you love your mom. So of course, it's like naturally you want that for people, that they love their mom. And any reaction to someone not loving their mom, any feeling, you just embrace that for them. See, this is how we help people. We embrace that feeling for them. That feeling of not like, I could have a stranger tell me they don't like their mom, and I'll feel that. Right? I'll feel that and notice that it is a misinterpretation, and asked to be a carrier of truth, whatever that looks like. You don't have to be saying anything. There's no pressure. You're just opening up your energy field to feel with them and experience with them and help undo the illusion that you could get a bad mom, for instance. And help them see that, oh, my mom, I'm so grateful. I got the best mom ever. I know that just feels really good. That's how I feel. Yeah. Yeah, everything's 100% helpful. I love you. Thank you. Thank you, Glenn. Thanks for joining, everyone. So hopejohnson.org. I'm probably going to take like 2 weeks off. I'm not totally sure. I'm going to Bullhead City, Arizona on the 9th. I'll be around here in case you guys want to hang out with me or connect or anything. I'll be around here in Sedona until the 9th. After that, I'm going to go to Bullhead City, Arizona, where I'll be for 3 weeks. I might do 1 or 2 weeks of the Wisdom Dialogues and ACIM Deep Dive. December 1st, I'm going to Bellingham, Washington. And I'm going to say again how freaking stoked I am that the offerings that are going on there. I'm getting a 3-bedroom house over there. A friend is massaging me once a week. There's a jacuzzi. There's an ACIM community ready for me over there. So I'll probably kick back over there for a little while. I have a plan to be there until about May, when I'll go back to Hawaii and stay there in Kahena Beach for 6 months. Yay, everyone! Thank you so much for joining. I love you so much. Thank you. Until next time, mahalo, aloha, and a hui ho! Woo!